So I'm out here with Caveman Rob, and that's a screen name for Instagram. Go look him up. Super interesting guy, and he's showing me around the Southern California desert. And that's what I love about reptile people. He's a reptile guy, nature lover, and so it's really cool when you can just be traveling through. Someone hits you up on Instagram and is like, "Hey, I want to show you around this part. This is my home, somewhere I'm familiar with," and then I get to go, and he shows me incredible stuff like these mud volcanoes. Like, this is nuts. I would have never even guessed that this was out here. But alas, we have giant mud volcanoes in the middle of the water. And this has got to be the weirdest place in the world. We've got boiling mud, all kinds of wading birds that you don't normally see, and it's all just out in the middle of nowhere. This place is bizarre. The mud produced by mud volcanoes is most typically formed as hot water, which has been heated deep below the Earth's surface. It begins to mix and blend with subterranean mineral deposits, thus creating a mud slurry exudate. This material is then forced upwards through a geological fault or fissure due to local subterranean pressure imbalances. About 86% of the gas released from these structures is methane, with much less carbon dioxide and nitrogen emitted. Ejected materials are most often a slurry of fine solids suspended in water that may contain a mixture of salt, acids, and various hydrocarbons. Did you hear that more people have died from taking selfies than sharks this year?
More people died from selfies?
Yeah, from taking selfies.
I believe it.
I'm about to be number 13 here. After crawling through miles of crevice, we have successfully made it to the middle of nowhere. And this place is gorgeous.
Super gorgeous.
All right, so it's getting dark and we're still back in these crevices. But I have a 100% survival rate so far. So I think that kind of speaks for itself, that I'm gonna get out of here A-okay. Dang, you're way down there.
Hey Tim, guess what?
Huh.
Have fun staying tonight.
What? No!
Peace.
Hey, give me that back. Hey, this isn't funny.
Bye.
Actually, I could probably get down anyway.
Come all the way down.
I don't need the ladder. I can get down anyway. Okay, it's not funny anymore. I'm really scared.
Okay, but you have to buy me a hamburger.
Okay.
That was easy.
This still looks really scary though.
Okay.
We're back to flat ground, and we both have maintained a 100% survival rate. Mostly thanks to Rob. He made sure I didn't die by making sure all the ladders were intact for me and stable. Rob and I finished out the evening finding some creepy crawlies and parted ways. The next morning I poked around the desert on my own and found these desert-dwelling mule deer. I couldn't help but notice their ability to climb the cliff faces in this mountainous desert. It was truly an honor to watch them perform such physical feats with absolute grace. Next stop was Arizona, where I met up with my friend James. He and I grew up together back in Florida. We got out in the desert and found some more amazing animals, with which I was quite pleased. This was the first time finding a black-tailed rattlesnake for me, and this specimen was absolutely gorgeous. Check out this amazing snake right here. It was just sitting on the rock, getting warmth. Hasn't even rattled yet. All it wants to do is slither off. James decided to turn down a small road, and as soon as we did, this healthy western diamondback rattlesnake slithered off the road. It was more than willing to let its presence be known and make sure that we knew not to mess with it. The next night we went into the desert and I shined up this diamondback on the crawl. It may have been tracking down envenomated prey or looking for a good spot to set up an ambush on its rodent prey. Whoa! Dang, he just snapped. It's crazy. This western diamondback right here was just crawling along real slow. I made one wrong step and he went nuts. I mean, just like that. Going off with his rattle, telling me, don't mess with me, I'm gonna kill you. Don't worry, buddy, I hear your message loud and clear. So this little gentleman right here that I just caught was under this seat. I flipped the seat over and he was just sleeping there. And I pretty much just reached down and picked him up. When I picked him up, he woke up and started struggling. But this is a desert spiny lizard, and I've only ever seen pictures of these. This is the very first live one that I've ever seen. And he is way bigger than I thought they were. I thought they were like the fence lizards that we have back home, 6 inches. This guy, he's probably a good 9 inches right here. Just like our fence lizards back home, he's got a lot of blue on the underside here, and just a gorgeous lizard. A lot of blues and yellows speckled in there. And the name spiny lizard is so fitting. These scales are just, ooh man, they're pokey. Man, this dude is like a modern day dragon right here. Super cool lizard. Does not like being held though. All right, so as always, we're gonna put him back, let him crawl back under there and go back to sleep. Yeah, he didn't like me very much. I headed north toward the Grand Canyon and met up with Rachel, the owl whisperer, in search of the endangered Mexican spotted owl, but to no avail. It was still good getting out in the woods and hanging out with Rachel. In the next video, join me while I explore the Grand Canyon.